For me, I found this new mindset in these ancient Hawaiian spiritual teachings of Living Aloha that I am sharing with you briefly here in this today. The original Hawaiian people were not very different from us, with their focus on the importance of family and being there for each other. What was different was how they lived with the practice of Ho'oponopono Keala, starting with their children coming into this world, being told they were perfect, always enough, a light from the universe, and they were brought up believing they could achieve anything they desired. And living aloha was what joined it all together in love and acceptance. And in that love, there is only perfection. Everything, even those challenging times we sometimes experience in our lives and in our relationships with each other, just gives us, our spirit, the lessons it came here to learn. And with everything always being in perfect order. It is what the Hawaiians say is ika pona mea, right time, right place, right being, to experience everything that we need. I would like to just share a little more here about the word aloha itself. Most people think it just means hello and goodbye, and the Hawaiians do use it for that. But the real meaning is simply love. When a Hawaiian greets or leaves you saying aloha in any situation, their intention in what they are really saying is, I greet you with love, I leave you with love, I share my heart and my spirit with you, and I wish you the very best in all you do in every moment of your life. Aloha is also a verb, reflected in the actions of how people treat you, in addition to having it said to you. And it starts with how you speak to and treat yourself as your best friend who wants the very best for you in your life. Living aloha embodies loving kindness, compassion, acceptance, cooperation, and gratitude with everyone and everything, and always starting with yourself. But here we are in our Western world. We are not Hawaiian and have not been brought up in their world of aloha. How do we shift this Western negative mindset most of us have been raised in to their more loving one? Well, knowledge is power, and it starts with how you now understand where your inner critic came from, and you have an awareness that there is another way you can live your life in a system of living grounded in love and acceptance. And you now can free your true, loving, and positive voice, your inner best friend, through taking what is the next step in your transformation. You can start this by looking at your list of negative words, phrases, and patterns, and see how you can transform them to saying something positive to yourself. Next, you can make a second list of everything that you feel is positive about you and your life. That can include, what have you been successful at? Even small things. How did that make you feel? What are your values? What do you like about yourself? What brings you joy and happiness? And what are you grateful for in your life? How does the answer to each of these questions, make you feel? What words do you hear to describe these feelings? Write down these words and phrases, looking for the positive patterns that are here now coming up from your true, positive, and loving voice, your inner best friend, and your true self. Keep a journal of when you hear them and continue to look for more positive patterns and the words that express how they make you feel. These are tools you now have if your old inner critic attempts to still want to be heard, and that you can draw from to transform and quiet it. You can also choose to focus on one thing that is positive in your life in that moment that you feel gratitude for. And there is always something if we're open to seeing it, even just a beautiful sunrise or a friend sharing a kind word. Now, with all of this, you have all you need to transform your inner critic to your inner best friend. You understand the source of your inner critic and how you can finally transform it by listening instead with this new positive mindset and awareness to your inner best friend. And you can choose in any moment, or sometimes even to second, to be grateful for what is positive in your world in that moment. And the more you focus on what brings you joy and positivity, the more you will experience joy and positivity coming into all areas of your life.